Adam and Peter explore the crazy new world.
Welcome, Peter.
Welcome. I hope it didn't record the funny sounds we make with our mouth, that we are kind of preparing our tongues and our lips to be flexible when we start, like. Did you
It
record
shows
this?
in real life that we actually do these voice exercises before every single podcast recording. So it makes sense. This voice sounds
Yeah.
completely different. And well, today's session will be about sound and creation. Wow, what a transition, right?
Like we had planned it, we didn't really. It's just
No, it's
happened
not planned
accidentally.
at all. But today's session will be about a new tool that was released just last week by Stability AI. I like this company because they kind of are open source. The open source company in the AI business, creating one cool tool after another. Stable code, stable infusion, creating great pictures for free. Stable doodle, so you can sketch images and it will create some funny pictures. And now they released stable audio, so it's all about music, and they have trained this tool with 800,000 songs and instrumentals and some sound effects, so you can create whatever you have in your mind, something that whatever, a pilot speaking and a river and whatever, something falling down, and funny stuff, basically for free. 45 seconds are for free. 20 songs or 20 instrumentals per month are for free, which is great. So a lot of fun to play with.
I'm curious why this is now kind of big of a news in a way, because these kind of audio generating tools are out for a while. And I believe the thing that you mentioned is mostly that it's free. If you look for the others like Beethoven AI, Boomi, Soundraw, Moobot, Aviva, whatever their name, they are really costly. And that's what I also found interesting. You hardly get anything for free. You have to pay a lot. They produce some cool stuff, sometimes very intuitive. You can select different types and genres and it creates things out of that one. Not so much prompt based. Maybe that's another differentiator. But the thing, what I really found interesting is that in the music world, it immediately costs some money. When you look back at the picture generation or text generation, it was for free most of the time, with great success. But why do you think is the music, also for this one, you only have very short clips, the thing where they turn it immediately into cash? Do you have an idea?
Well, I guess it's they are all afraid of the power of music industry, because whenever you create 3-minute songs, you will flood, or all the free music will flood TikTok and all the charts, Spotify probably, and this could lead to some legal cases. So they probably want to avoid something like this.
Yeah. And also, it sounds reasonable, because if you look in the terms and conditions of the other free stuff, not free, that's the AI stuff which you have to pay for. They also have license regulations where sometimes you have to pay more if you want to use it for a commercial purpose. Most of them are even not free if you do it only for your own fun. That seems to be really a very dangerous area, particularly in Germany, where we come from, where they have these lawyers that immediately sue you when you use some music in a non-appropriate way. We have this GEMA thing where the musicians get paid, and that's a nice thing in the end. But even if you have a training session where you use it, engaging music in the beginning, somebody could sue you. Oh, you're using music for making for public purpose and so on. Like what? Really a dangerous area. But you wanted to show, don't want to talk about license things. You wanted to show it, I think, and you prepared some examples. And how is it working? Let me ask you this. You fooled around with this one or tried it out. How is it working compared to other tools? Easier?
I fooled
more
around with
complicated?
this, and I realized that you need to be fluent in the language of a musician. The more fluent you are, the better the outcome. And I tried with one word prompt, like tango. And let me show you, let me play something that some sounds that I created. This is Stable Audio. So you go to stableaudio.com, then you create a login, you register, and then, as you can see, you have 20 music pieces per month. You can upgrade to Pro to get 90 seconds. It's still not the 3-minute mark, but you get 90 seconds for $11 per month or something like this. But well, it's fun to play around with the free tracks, and something I played around with is like creating a electric guitar, grunge style. So that's fun. So this is fun. I created a long prompt with a lot of details. What kind of electric guitar? Since I have played electric guitar in the last year, so I know the language of a guitarist, guitar player. But well, when it comes to tango, I know what tango is. I dance tango, but well, I couldn't describe it, so I just used this word tango. And listen to this. And the third one, just some kind of meditation and a warm hug. This was recommended by Stable Audio as a right prompt to use. So this is great. So having this kind of free background music is fantastic. So just stopping the audio. So you can. Here we are.
Yeah, here we are back again. Yeah, that's really great. And you said it rightfully. So you know, this thing has been trained with data where music pieces have been described somehow. Yeah, and that's why that's the data it uses. So it can only understand how musicians talk. And if you're not a musician, it will be really difficult to create a great prompts. But you can learn it eventually. I believe it's like with the photographic things, the same. You know, when you just type into Leonardo AI or whatever the tool is, hey, come on, create a picture of a lady, then it creates a picture of a lady, but it's not enough, or a picture of a dog or so, then it'd be just a dog. But you need to be much more clear what you want to have, the background, the foreground, lens, and aperture, and all the other things, which also comes from photography or art description. And I believe it's the same here. But I was surprised that the tango itself was so bad. I would have expected to create some generic tango-ish things. Like when you go for Spotify and say, give me a tango, there are tangos tons over there. What shouldn't be like the best average of a tango?
Yeah. Well, I expected it to be the shorter, the better it will be, but it's the opposite. So if you don't describe in every detail what kind of and how many beats per minute and what style, if it's tango argentino or whatever style of tango, it will be worse than, well, so using just one word prompt will lead to mediocre results.
Yeah, but I believe there will be kind of interfaces that makes it simpler for those who are not the super duper musicians. They kind of can select and like styles should sound like, I don't know, tango songs from famous authors or famous composers. Or famous artists, and then you type in this name and it will create stuff like this. I'm pretty sure that's an early stage, I believe. But in the end, it can be. Yeah, what does it mean? Does it mean we'll get rid of musicians or the ones who compose the stuff? What would be your?
Let me play 2 more examples, so you can decide for yourself. I see some potential and some danger. Just a few seconds of examples. So here are some audio samples. Epic trail movie sound. This is like kind of high quality from my perspective. Some lo-fi hip hop beat. so these are the music samples that it can create, but you can use something like 116 bits per minute rock, drums, loop, clean production, and then it will play something like a loop of rock drums, which is fantastic. So I see some potential. Also a piano solo chord progression in major key in 90 beats per minute. And the third element are sound effects, something like an airplane pilot gigging. So, or people talking in a busy restaurant. Yeah, so these are the three different styles of sound elements it can create, and I see a lot of potential, especially for someone learning how to play an instrument. You can create a loop with this and kind of whatever.
That's not so new for me. If you look like GarageBand or so in Apple products, they had things like this already for many years, where you can have just loop generations and things for this purpose. I would rather go like it can help the work of the music creators for commercials, for what you had, the TV stuff and so on, this kind of sound carpets behind. Makes perhaps for them the life easier, but I'm not a pro in this area. They should tell us what it is. I personally believe on a different level something will happen. If people can create music on the fly like this one, more and more easy, then the value of recorded music, the streamed music, is deteriorating. But what is increasing is the value of handmade music. People on stage playing the guitar and playing the drums, doing the real thing, will become more and more valuable and precious again. That's what differentiates it. Everybody can create this kind of stuff, but really playing it live and having the vibes and the energy when you see them on stage and doing a rock song and you kind of dance in front of the stage, that's something that I believe will be becoming more and more precious again. Like before the recording were possible, these similar things like in older days when the artist performance was the thing, not the music, the recorded one. What do you think?
Yeah. You could be right. This could be a good question for the audience. So we had with some of our podcasts, we had a lot of controversial discussions. Maybe this one will cause some kind of controversy as well. So tell us what you think. Will such tools replace musicians, or will it be just another tool in the portfolio of a musician?
Both. And both musicians, the real ones, will become more and more. Look at Taylor Swift. What she now casts out for being live with this lady on stage is unbelievably expensive. And this will be then kind of the thing. Live, more important. Recording, bullshit. That's my claim. But we are over 10 minutes, Adam. Did you realize we've just over
30 minutes again?
Yeah, oh my God. We should be more precise in the future.
Take an AI tool. We are Germans. We are Germans.
We need to be punctual. That's the thing, yeah. Adam, like always, great fun.
Stay tuned. There is more crazy stuff coming soon.